So I follow a lot of people, like just to see the type of stupid shit is in the world. I know it sounds weird, but like I follow a lot of really dumb people to understand the kind of dumb stuff they're spreading, because dumb people follow dumb people. So I'm like, oh, well, I see what the dumb people are being fed, right?
Follows them.
Like, I just feel like people are arguing about something for the sake of just creating conflict.
Right.
When it really isn't necessary. Like,
yeah. I guess it's more of that like rebellious mentality. Like somebody says like you need to do this, you're like, no, I don't.
It's that I think we've gotten to the state of information that people basically in this day and age go, I just don't want to follow societal rules.
Right.
But they live in society.
Right.
So it's like someone arguing that they don't like school, and I'm not a big formal education person, but they argue that they want to be a doctor.
Right.
And they don't want to go to school, and they don't want to get the doctor.
You talk about that a lot. You talk about society a lot.
Well, because I think, I've always said it's one of the big reasons why a lot of young people are, A, they're not connected, B, they're very poor, and C, they actually don't find progress in life and find themselves stuck, is because the notion that they reject society instead of adopt it, learn it, master it, and overcome it.
But do you think that there's some people who are successful that completely like ran around society rather than going through it?
Right, so that's very different based on definition of success. Like, what does that mean to be successful?
Financial success.
Yeah, like, can you be financially successful by not conforming? Sure. Right. But then that makes you the exception, not the rule.
Right.
And to attempt an entire lifetime of becoming an exception to something.
So you think it's better to become successful through, like, persevering through society?
Well, I think in the long term, in the long scope of finding long-term success, nobody said being successful in society requires conformity to society. Right. This is where the disconnect happens.
You think it's just understanding society?
Understanding and learning where you need to navigate society to kind of function and where you do not. You know, there are times where it makes sense to rebel against society. It makes sense to stand your ground for things you believe in. There are ways in order to do so that you can do that in order to be intelligent, impactful, and of course, get your point to work. Yeah. Now, like, for example, like, there's these bunch of idiots that take guns and go to the government center and go, I'm protesting, we need to open the border. Like, the level of stupidity in that thought, like, you know, and that guy's like, well, I'm fighting for my rights. How does this, like, what is this going to do? Yeah. Like, how is this going to help? You know? Yeah. And it's not. And what I'm saying is, the problem is that most people want to make themselves feel good instead of solve the problem. Right. You know, like that guy that morning was like, I'm going to feel good because I got on TV for carrying a rifle. And like, why would you do that? Like, what is that going to do? Yeah. And so what I'm saying is, like, one of the things people don't understand, like, I'll give you a really good example. They go sit outside with signs and they're like, we want change.
The change doesn't happen there.
Right. And instead of actually making money.
That's why I never understood.
Instead of making money, lobbying, and having intelligent strategies of how things change and getting to the politicians the right way where it hurts and being like, yeah, I control you because you're bought by money and I've now earned enough money to have a voice here. And hey, I know the right people that are going to put pressure on you to do this. That phone call is going to hold more weight than 19 people showing up with rifles. Right. Yeah. You know, in the middle of a place. And what I'm saying is, this is where the cop-out happens. It's that person goes, my way to fight back is to show up with a rifle. But that's not how the process works. It's like your rifle ain't going to do anything anyways. It's not like you're going to use it. Because I don't want to learn how to make money, because I'm anti-society, I don't even understand how things work. I don't even investigate how things work. So basically, it just makes me feel good to show up to make it seem like I did something. Right. Well, if you knew what you were going to do was ineffective, why'd you show up to begin with? Yeah. But like, if you really want to change, right? Yeah. Well, here's what you can do. You can start a really cool site about the change. Right. You can generate a huge email list. Mm-hmm. You can sell that email list to a political party that believes in the same thing. Right. And basically you can create some kind of higher awareness campaign that basically reaches 70,000 people a minute.
You just gave the blueprint.
Right. Instead of instead of standing in the corner of the street with a sign,
right.
so that 9 passing cars in a state that probably agrees with you pass by and go,
Yeah.
And one of the things that I think is very bizarre in people, like, and I said bizarre because it's like, it's that the change was never meant to occur. The satisfaction that knowing they participated is why, like.
So you're saying you don't even think that they care if the change really happens. They just want to feel good about being there.
Yeah.